This is 24. Yes. Dun dun dun.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. What's up, nerds?
No, we have a cat.
How come we don't have any viewers? Where's everyone?
We just started.
Simba's getting there. I mean, I'm on Facebook and
Simba's been on before.
Did you say something about having diabetes?
Where's everyone at?
Welcome, nerds, to episode 24.
What's up, y'all?
Somebody else want to take the reins this time? I feel like I gotta do all the intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
children of all ages. Dose of Nerd
DNA
brings
brings to you
Eric the Dead's glass of beer.
Can all three of you please stand up and do the suck it at the same time?
No, because I can't get up in these
You're
pants.
Yeah, he would throw the beer.
We should do the New Day gyration.
I would totally...
I have a trombone downstairs.
that sounds way dirtier than it should.
Mm-hmm.
It's not rusty.
Oh,
the Kate says hi,
God
Katie.
for that.
Hi, Kate.
Hey, we have a chatter. The
Say
chat
hi
works
first.
and it
Yo.
looks good in there. Thank you for being the first chat in the new chat thingy.
Yeah.
This is off to a
It's
fantastic
a
start.
new chat day.
It's a new day.
Look at her eye in that beer.
Yeah,
She's
bunch
like,
of nerds.
What do you mean 20 minutes? We're supposed to start at 9. It's 9:05. We're live now. Get off my nuts, Trevor.
We're early for
Yeah,
once.
we're early
For
for
us,
us.
For us. Yeah.
So it's been a few weeks now since we've all been together. He's missed a couple.
Back to
Two.
back.
Only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I have a life too.
how many are in a couple?
Do you?
No.
2 or 3.
That
What do
depends
you
on who you
want,
argue
Simba?
with.
Yeah, there's a few.
So the cat's gonna get drunk.
I just want her to smell it and go away.
No, I don't.
She wants to drink it.
She's really
What?
curious.
That is what I want. Thank you.
Here.
Good
I don't
lord.
care that she's there.
I have a picture of her. What was it near a liquor?
So anyway-
Please don't beer the cat.
Well, welcome to episode 24.
2, 4.
I can't.
For almost to a
quarter.
quarter.
Quarter of a century.
We haven't murdered each
True,
other
that's
yet.
not accurate.
That's not even close.
What
to
do you mean?
accurate.
Oh, man.
Wait,
I'm
am I
drunk.
dead? Am I a ghost?
Yeah,
Is this purgatory?
We're almost to 6 months of doing this together.
I know.
This is hell.
It's crazy.
6 months.
Well,
So,
these two yahoos starting without me.
2 weeks before.
Yeah, dude, you joined this like episode what?
Like right away.
Episode 4, the game show night.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was 4.
No.
It was definitely game show night, but I think it was
You mean
4.
where I beat Eric?
Oh,
Raping that
nice.
because Kate is gonna flag you
shots.
guys.
You could watch that on
Fire.
YouTube right now in the Weekly Dosage playlist.
Video on
episode
demand.
4.
And can they find those in Twitch now? Are they viewable from our video thing now?
If they were uploaded, and that one I believe is uploaded.
So you
So
can.
you can also watch that on Twitch under our videos. Not right now because we're live right
Yeah,
now.
not right now.
They just
Stay
let you
here.
watch other episodes.
Forget the live show.
No,
Let's go
leave
watch
us.
all the old ones.
So today,
Peter's gonna get flagged for this. Or Peter's going to flag this for being cat drunk.
she didn't drink any,
It's true.
and it was consensual. Wait, has that happened with alcohol, or is it just doing
I
it?
don't think animals can consent to anything.
That's
true,
It's like
man.
children.
In Dr. Doolittle, they can.
How about we, Doctor, don't talk about this anymore, and instead we move on to the show.
Wow.
This week was Eric the Dead's pick. You want to tell all the kids at home what
Yeah,
we're
what,
playing
what
this
are we
week?
playing? What are we doing? What's
No.
this? What's this game?
I don't
Is
wanna
it a
tell
game? Is the game you gonna play again? You gonna play right now?
Holy shit!
Welcome back, me.
What is the name of that
Welcome
dog?
back, Cotter. So today we're going to be playing Mighty Number 9. It is a PSN free game this month.
So download it.
Yeah. And if you guys watched on Monday, you watched Locksteady over here play one of the other ones, which was Ratchet and Clank. Did it have
Super fun.
like a different title, like Ratchet and Clank something?
No, annoyingly, it's
No,
just
it's
called
subtitled,
Ratchet
yeah.
and Clank. No subtitles.
If there's a
There's
cat here, I'm
self-titled
going to pet it. Like,
Well-
I just realized that
I say annoyingly simply because
She could
apparently
be on
it's...
camera. It's fine. Look at her.
I just want to pet her. I don't want to like be. I'm going to just sit and pet the cat.
That guy.
I say
She's
annoyingly
gonna get
because
his fans.
apparently it's a reboot, and like they make in-jokes in the game about it being a reboot of the franchise.
That's
The
funny.
story's still the same.
I have no idea. I didn't play the original ones.
What the? Anyway,
I played Quest for Booty and said I love this series based on that alone.
I play that a lot. I win.
and you fail.
Well, all
Um,
things considered.
It's true.
So Mighty Number 9 is a Mega Man style game. You want to explain what you were telling me because I apparently don't know what I'm talking about.
Inafune.
Okay, so I mistakenly thought during Eric the Dead stream last night, when he was talking about the developer for Mighty Number 9, that he was talking about the guy that effectively created the franchise being the same guy that effectively created Mega Man, developer Keiji Inafune, who parted ways with Capcom and founded the studio that made Mighty Number 9. And I tried to helpfully provide that gentleman's name to Eric during the chat last night. And, you know, apparently I'm just a dick.
That's not what I was even asking.
He's just a dick.
He was asking who the publisher was, apparently?
Yeah. No, I was telling. I wasn't asking. I was telling
But
everybody.
you said you couldn't remember their name.
Yeah,
Which
I
makes it a
couldn't.
question.
I don't know, but my favorite in the series so far has been Mighty Number 3. That came out in wait, no.
They
because
came out
just-
around the same time as Windows 8.
It's true.
Or not Windows 8.
No,
Windows 9, I
they
mean.
just did Number 9
Do you know why it's called Mighty Number 9 and there's no predecessors to it?
because that's the character.
Yes. Good job.
Way to
Good job.
steal the man's thunder.
I was asking. I was legitimately asking him if he knew. That's why I said good job and patted him on the head.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Let's play some games. Let's throw the game up.
Yeah, okay.
It's
let's
getting
do this.
hostile in here already.
At least it's not getting hostile.
Hold on. So we're going to talk about some Mega Man stuff.
Yes. So let's start
Play a
off.
non-Mega Man game, talk about Mega Man.
Well, we don't have...
Well, the influence.
It's basically
inspiration
freaking Mega Man.
Is Mega Man, obviously. The game was made.
It is the
basically-
present year. That is already my favorite subtitle in any video game ever.
I mean, Inafune.
Natural oil.
He basically made this game because he
Giant
couldn't
floating
make Mega Man.
cubes.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I know
They
he
held it
left-
hostage from him.
I know he left Capcom. Do we know? Do either of you know why?
No.
I don't either.
He had an affair with Kaiju Nafundi's wife or whatever the fuck. What is his name?
It's Keiji Inafune?
I was close.
He had an affair with his own wife?
Yeah.
Not a pig.
You're not a thing.
I don't even know if the man's married. Which would make having the affair even more impressive, really.
Mhm.
Off the bat, we immediately see here the influence from Mega Man.
Oh yeah, this is practically the opening to Mega Man X so far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the highway.
Oh, that was sweet. So if anybody in the chat knows why
Kate, do you know?
Inafune parted ways with Capcom, I would be interested to know that. Chime in, let us know.
So the big
is-
difference between this and the other Mega Mans that I can tell is eventually you get a dash, which you kind of you'll tell you'll see. I don't know why.
Are you saying that because you don't remember getting a dash in Mega Man, or because the dash in this game is different? Because
I
you
don't
definitely get
remember.
a dash in Mega Man.
Then I don't remember.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can-
Did you in the original games, or was it
No.
only in X?
It was an X.
Okay. Yeah, because in the original game you got the slide.
You got the slides. Yeah. There's no dash.
That's what I was
He was
remembering.
like, "Wah."
And I don't know. I like this game. It's really fun, but I don't really know about the art style yet.
Yeah, it's a little iffy. Although the dude had a pretty rockin' afro going on at the beginning.
That's what I dislike.
You didn't like the dude's afro?
No, he looks too like
Oh, what is the show?
Afro Samurai.
No, it's an anime.
Afro Samurai.
And there was a white character.
Afro
His
Samurai.
name was Nabe Shin, and he had an afro that was basically like a bag of holding. Anything he needed, he just reached up into the afro and he had it.
Bag and Sag and Berry Afro Samurai.
I've seen that.
Afro Samurai, or the thing I'm talking about?
No, Bag and Sag and Berry Afro Samurai.
That's not HBO.
Yeah.
That's a real thing?
No. That really sounded like you were being serious.
I want to see how far you guys would go.
That's for a different stream.
I like your face.
So as far as I got in the game, the story so far is all of the previous mighty numbers are,
Mighty.
yes, they're all mighty.
The Mate Mate.
So let it all hang out.
Should I make that joke in the tweet?
The Mighty Mighty, yeah.
And they're all kind of, they have a computer virus attached to them that we have to essentially remove by force.
Oh.
Because
Give it to me.
violence is always the answer.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
All right, you know what?
So did anyone scour the web and do any research on people's opinions on this game?
You just asked me if I did homework?
Yes.
Because that's what it sounds like.
Essentially, yes.
Right
Did you
now.
do your homework? Because we talked about this before on doing homework, and you judged me for it. You're
What,
making
about
fun
whether or
of
not you did or did not?
Did. You're making fun that I came prepared to things. It's true.
Are you like dashing through that guy to collect something? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what I'm not 100% sure of. It says like,
That's how you consume their.
is it?
Power.
Oh,
Like
it's
eat
points,
their-
I think, too.
Yeah.
Eat
and
their
you level
robot
up.
souls.
Yeah.
So that's very Cuphead.
You're
Travis,
Cuphead.
your wife would like to know if she heard a Bag and Sag and Berry reference.
You did.
Where is she chatting on?
Facebook.
So it's not showing up again?
I mean, it might be past it at this point.
Well,
She might
no, but-
also not have the audio up.
Well, no. He's saying the Facebook chat's not showing up on the overlay.
Oh, I got
I
it.
mean, there's been a couple things on other platforms since she said that.
Oh, right on.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say the chat is supposed to stay up on the screen for a decent amount of time. So,
Yeah.
But it says 5 things after what she said.
so is that percentage based on how quickly you grab the guy after he
Yeah.
dies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab all the things.
Was there anything down there for secrety grabbings?
Death.
There was death down there for grabbing.
Yeah.
So
That's a super good
with
secret.
this game recently being free, it was my first time playing it. This
Mine
week.
too.
It will be
I-
my first time playing it.
I didn't pick it up. It is available on multi-platform. Let's start off with basically this was a Kickstarter. I don't know, was it?
It was crowdfunded.
Crowdfunded,
at any
let's put it
rate.
that
I don't
way.
remember which one.
There was a lot of issues with that from everything that I had read regarding the crowdfunding for this one. For one, there were multiple delays. There were people not getting the things that they were promised. There were a lot of issues with all the incentives for it. Even after launch, like some people still hadn't received their game when they were readily available in stores.
Oh, his name is Dr. White. Wow, that
Yeah.
is just blatant.
Oh, I mean,
So
yeah.
lazy.
Well, I don't think it's lazy. He was mad that he couldn't work on the series anymore. I think he straight up did it on purpose. And the robot's name is Beck. The Japanese name for Mega Man was Rock.
Yeah, Rockman.
Beckman.
The weirdest superhero.
So out the gate, this game didn't come out on a positive note due to a lot of those things. As far as the receival of the game from fans and reviewers alike, it was generally received mixed to negative reviews from everything I had read. They averaged about a 5 to a 6 out of 10. Some of the positives, though, were the dash ability and some of the upgrades. A lot of the negatives were the upgrades themselves and the need for them. How it was so important.
Boss one down.
Good job, buddy, up top. That's
How
the
it was so important in Mega Man, your strategy for your bosses.
Did it.
This game didn't have that.
Really?
So it's like in Mega Man, you have to beat a certain order to make the game easier, right? You could beat the game essentially in
You
any
got
order.
your trophy.
Awesome. So essentially,
A
you
for
beat
you,
the game in any
A for
order
me.
in Mega Man, right?
Yeah.
This game was critiqued for the inability to have that challenge in here.
Jesus Christ, my
Craig
boxes are just stupid.
1982 says
Power-ups
it
and
was
perks.
supposed to be a spiritual successor, hence all the similarities.
So there you go.
But where are the other mighty numbers?
This is where you kind of learn that they went rogue. They're no longer mighty.
Based on empirical evidence.
Crikey! It's like
Crikey.
America went completely nuts all at once.
Did he just say crikey with a totally American accent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put another shrimp on the Barbie. My dude.
Why is Barbie eating shrimp?
No, you put another shrimp on the Barbie.
Please
I mean, she's
The
not
Ken's
Asian,
eating the
she's
shrimp.
American.
Japanese government
That's
won't let
really
us
dirty.
intervene until we know the
I,
cause of the
the Australians are weird. What can I tell you?
They like to French kiss down under.
I was afraid
Oh.
of that.
I mean, who
But
doesn't?
it makes
Well,
sense.
okay.
After all, any robots you send to
You're
hell
right.
will be afraid of making things even worse.
Can we be adults about this?
Can we be adults about anything?
As you
No.
should be.
Mr. Sanda.
Absolutely, Professor White.
The other big critique about this game in comparison, and it's hard not to compare obviously here to Mega Man, but what's the level design?
I mean, this first level was exceptionally reminiscent of
Well, there's
It
no
was.
sense of difficulty. You just run to the right. There was no challenge or any verticality.
It's level 2 gets a little harder
I
actually.
mean, there was a little bit,
I mean, I've never played this
not
game.
not quite as much as
It's our only hope.
in Mega Man X,
The
but
entire country hangs
How are they
on
talking without their mouths moving?
reactivating calls.
I
What
think
is
that
this?
would-
A 1995 game?
this has got to fall under things that people complained about after the finished product
That's-
came out.
Yeah. The art style was one of them. Like,
It's
Which
just
is kind of a bummer because in all the promo,
the concept art looked amazing.
yes, the promotional materials all look really good. That's why so many people backed the project because they all thought it looked great.
Ahead and shoot.
Like, I mean, is it a finished product? Like, obviously it's playable and finishable. If that's
Well,
but like,
I was gonna say playable and completable do not mean finished by any stretch. How many games have come out that have needed a ton of patches?
yeah.
Not
That seems
because
to be
you
the
couldn't
trend
beat
now.
them, but you know. Well, that seems like a bad plan. Fire robot in an oil refinery? That could be trouble.
Like, and personally, from everything I've seen and playing it the little bit I have, I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it's one of those ones that are going to be, you know, memorable like how Mega Man was back in
Not gonna win Game of the Year.
No. I mean,
Ooh, he almost let you touch him.
like, Mega Man is still considered to this day one of the most difficult game franchises.
Can you not kill that guy?
I can, but I was too far down.
Like, if I'm going to
Oh,
talk
wait.
about difficult games, I'm going to talk about, for me, Mega Man. I'm going to talk about Battletoads. And then, obviously, current gen, like Dark Souls type games. Like, those are the games that are challenging games.
Well,
to me.
so here's the thing about that. He's shooting Cheeto puffs at you, and that makes me a little uncomfortable. That is just
That
like
makes me really
that's a
want Cheeto.
photorealistic Cheeto puff right there. And that ruined my train of thought. What in the shit was I gonna say? Difficulty. I got it. I'm back. I feel like everybody thinks games have to be hard all the time now. And like anytime a game is any semblance of easy, everybody's like, "Ugh, it's so simple. A kid could beat it." And it's like, okay, look, I understand that a lot of people from our generation who grew up playing video games are still playing video games, and so we play stuff like this, and we're like, "Oh, a kid could beat it." But at the end of the day,
Did you
we
have
were
fun?
kids when we were beating these games. You know what I mean? Like,
I just think, like, difficulty or not in gaming, was it fun?
yeah, for
Like,
sure.
for something, take Eric for example. I'm playing Bloodborne now because of all his recommendations. He loves that shit. It's difficult as hell. I'm enjoying it somewhat.
Well, I think a
But-
lot of people mistakenly make a huge correlation between difficulty and level of, like you feeling good about accomplishment. That's what it is.
Right.
Like if it's not hard, then you didn't accomplish anything by beating it. It's like I don't think that has to be the case.
Oh,
No.
I fucking killed myself because the camera was in the way.
And I think sure
Hey,
I do
hey,
get
Dad.
the
Honey, I died.
I get the
She's like, oh.
I get the want to have a
I'm
challenge in
sad for
games,
you.
but sometimes like a casual game.
Sorry, it's a video.
Let's take Kirby for example. There's
A lot
not
of people are
of
railing
challenges.
on that right now for being too easy, and I don't get that either. Like, I know back in the day, and so I'm gonna make a small addendum to that. Even I'll say, back in the day, you played Kirby's Adventure the other day, and you got through, I would say, a significant portion of the game in just over an hour.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of what it was that back then, video games were a relatively new thing, and so doing anything in a video game could wind up being a big deal just because we didn't have the internet to be like, where do I go? What is this boss's pattern?
Well, that's
And
it, yeah.
You had a lot of stuff to cram into 2 whole buttons.
You'd have to wait for
Yeah.
that magazine to come out 2 months after the game for like a level guide.
And so
if
I
they
wonder
had it.
sometimes if we, in our generation of gamers, look back at older games and think we had it way worse. Games were way harder back then, and it's like I don't know that they were.
We just
You know
didn't
what
have
I
the
mean?
resources.
Yeah. Because I mean, Mortal Kombat is on 11 now.
10 definitely.
Yeah, so let's call it 10 bare minimum, and not counting all of the goofy spin-offs and shit.
Right.
So let's just call it 10. How much has Mortal Kombat changed in that time? At its core, how much has Mortal Kombat changed in that time?
It hasn't.
It basically hasn't at all.
So, I'm going to interject.
Shoot.
When I played this boss the first time, it took me an hour and a half.
So this is our stream. Why? What's difficult for this one?
Just his pattern.
He looks like a fiery Duckman.
He looks like Ape Escape.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, fine. I didn't want to go with the Mega Man one anyway. Escape is fine.
Messing up his pattern.
Body slam. See, this is very reminiscent of a Mega Man boss level for sure.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out his
Were you in that pattern?
Yeah. I remembered it now.
Wow.
Oh.
What do you say about
My girlfriend,
TMNT
everybody.
exists?
I'm sorry, say again?
We're missing chats. What's going on?
From 1982, Rob, you say that, but TMNT exists,
What?
Battletoads exist.
Oh, are you putting TMNT on that list of games where I was just saying games weren't really all that hard?
TMNT, dude, that game was hard.
It wasn't, is the thing.
Dude,
It was frustrating, but it actually wasn't that difficult. It was a
Okay.
matter. See, here's
disarming the
Battletoads,
bombs underwater.
not that hard if you're willing to sacrifice a turtle for it.
I'm not willing to sacrifice a
And
turtle.
that's the problem. It's not that the game is any kind of unbeatable or insurmountably
I
difficult.
never say
It's
anything
that
is unbeatable, but it's
a
difficult.
lot of people say that game is unbeatable.
No game is unbeatable. You
I,
gotta do what Eric says. Get good, right?
Yeah, pretty much. No, I watched this year's GDQ. AGDQ, excuse me. They did a TMNT speedrun. And of course, you know, speedrun, they know everything, blah, blah, blah. But like, I watched the dude do the water thing, and all he did was, like, just swim quick, take hits when he needed to, switch out to other turtles. And of course, he did the correct thing and spent 90% of the game as Donatello.
Well, yeah, the best turtle.
Unquestionably.
Best reach, best
Says,
everything.
remember when you couldn't just look up
Oh.
things online? Pepperidge Farms remembers.
That's true.
Thanks, Kate.
I remember.
I remember.
Remember Star Wars?
Oh, I remember.
What the fuck is going on?
If you played South Park, you'd remember too.
If you watched that.
Can you stop
season-
spoiling things?
Dude, it's not the game, it's the series.
Yeah.
Still.
You don't remember the member berries?
I remember. Also, come on, there's no tutorial.
That's
I don't remember.
Do you have that game?
Me or him?
Well, I know you have the game. Jesus.
About now.
Mister, I beat it 72 times and my eyes shut.
I beat it once, and I beat the secret boss.
Did
proud
you
of that.
collect all the things? Because I did.
Annoyingly, no. I collected enough of everything to get the trophy for collecting everything. No, seriously, this is a serious sense of annoyance for me, because there is a trophy for getting all the collectibles. The trophy I got, but I did not get all the collectibles. Like, it straight up says I'm at, like, X out of Y, and it's not the full amount. It makes me angry.
I got annoyed with the first game because I was attempting to get a trophy for not, not failing a battle. Fighting Man-Bear Pig.
Oh my god. I don't know how you get that trophy. You want to talk about impossible things? That Man Bear Pig fight is ridiculous.
I struggled with that. I got through it. I was determined, but damn, that was a difficult fight.
So when you dash into him, is it putting out his fire? Is that what's going on?
No. No, he does 3. Okay, so I'll explain this boss for anybody who's watching. Is like, I can't beat that boss.
Please do.
He's got 3 different attacks. One attack, he'll throw his arms up in the air, and that's when he runs and does a jump and body slam. You can dash underneath him. Just make sure you don't stop because this explosion will hit you if you're not far away. His second attack is when he ducks and kind of gets in a running stance. That's when he'll run at you. You can jump and dash over him. Just try to dash twice because the fire will hit you. And then his third attack is he'll throw his arms in the air and say, here it comes, and then that's when he runs at you, and once he gets close enough, then he explodes, so you can dash in and dash away really fast and activate his explosion so you don't get hit. So what I was doing was trying to jump in and back to activate that, which, and I'm apparently having a rough time with his run.
Because we're jamming because we're yammering away in your ear. Why'd you send that one?
I can't get away
So
from the run.
if you're not able to like beat this level, do you back out and can you try different levels? Or you're just kind of stuck.
You can, I think you can do other levels. He decides to do a run every single frickin' time, and it's so annoying.
Eric would do that though. He's the kind of guy that would just play the same game over, or play the game over again until he either rage quits or beats it.
I ran into that.
You got
That was
more
too far to the
determination.
right.
You know,
I have a PlayStation 3 controller that attests to that.
Yep.
It's been a long time since I've broken
That's
a controller.
literally the only thing. Like, I know I was talking about how Amanda does not make me angry, which she doesn't. The only thing that makes me angry is Travis in video games.
That's it? Dude, you rage about like things in chat all the time.
Okay, the only thing that makes me like rage angrily into a point where I want to break something, and even then that's not you. So.
It's like, damn. I almost feel honored.
Oh, yep, don't with that. That's
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
Okay, so on that topic we were discussing earlier, Sarah provided me an article explaining why Inafune left Capcom.
Oh, nice.
TLDR.
Yeah, TLDR, he was like, I was in a salaried position at the top of the company, so it made sense for me to not innovate and avoid failure. And so I left the company so that I'd have a reason to strive for newer and better things.
So he just took a risk out of getting out of comfort.
Yeah, that's it. As long as he stayed at Capcom, he had a reason not to innovate.
I mean,
and make
that's
something
kind of
better.
respectable.
That's extremely respectable. Obviously, you know, the fan base kind of
Turned out.
shit in his face over it, but
It's unfortunate. But I mean, honestly though, like,
you know,
half of me doesn't blame them, because if you are acclaimed for putting out a product and then you deliver or not deliver again, like I know everyone can't keep making hits. Like, that's just not a
yeah.
thing.
Well, and so that's kind of the thing I was gonna say. Is like on the one hand, it's like, oh, nice, another trophy. It's like if you're you get a trophy, you get a trophy. You know, if you're known for putting out hits like Travis said, or if you're just playing a name in the industry, there's a certain expectation that whatever you put out is going to be
oh, did not get hit that
good.
time.
Nice, up top.
Here, Raven Knight says he made you rage last week.
Whoa, that
What?
sounds dirty.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he did with his butt.
Oh,
Is that rage or vomit though?
That's
it was
both.
rage vomit.
So go on. What happened?
Oh, Trevor would not stop farting,
Cool.
and they were disgusting.
I was thankfully
I don't
far
know
enough
what
away
that
I didn't
man
smell
ate.
them.
It was unreal.
So on
He was
the
proud of it.
on the topic of a pedestal, let's talk about some developers that have been put on pedestals that some have remained. Do you think there are some people that are, I guess, unable or unable to be taken off that pedestal? Let's take an example here. Hideo
Kojima?
Yeah.
I know. Well, and so here's the thing. You have to balance them being on a pedestal with the fact that not everybody puts them there. So that's a tough question to answer. Because a lot of people would put Kojima up there as he
Have
can
you
do
seen
no
the Game
wrong.
Awards in the recent couple years? Like,
I'm not
he
one of-
is high up on that pedestal. with
I'm not
people.
one of those people, though.
What? Poppycock.
You know, I praise his work.
I don't.
Huh?
He has such little legs.
He looks like a bowling ball with legs.
Not even like
His
his hands are
They're
enormous.
bigger than his head.
Yes, his hands are bigger than his legs.
What does he eat?
You know, if your hands
I don't
Full
think
turkeys.
that.
He is a turkey.
He eats full
Yeah.
butterball turkeys. Those are chickens.
Is that
No, they're turkeys.
cannibalism? At that point,
No.
if he is a
Oh.
turkey and he's eating the whole turkey,
Could be.
The guy's hair is square.
It is. It's not even an afro.
Square
It's
for
like somebody put a colander on his head and just
He grew an
Froze
afro
it.
out of it.
yeah.
That's weird.
Well, that took a turn. But no, I mean, regardless of who it is, I don't think anybody's beyond screwing up. I mean,
I don't know why the YouTube still
Double Fine. Who is Double Fine? Like the guy. I want to say Tim Schafer.
It's Tim Schafer, yes.
So, Psychonauts, like one of the most praised games of the PlayStation 2 generation, and something that Double Fine is hugely well known for. Coming off of that, a lot of people were like, "No, dude, Tim Schafer can do no wrong. If his name's attached to it, it's going to be Game of the Year for sure." And then came Brutal Legend.
Yeah. I'm gonna support Brutal Legend.
I like Brutal Legend. I'm not
Okay, I thought
knocking
you were
it.
just about to shit on it because
I
I
mean-
liked that game.
Well,
I know it wasn't
here's the
perfect
problem:
by
is
any
that
means.
it has a right to be shit on by some people because it was extremely flawed in the face of everybody thinking this is a Tim Schafer Double
What?
Fine production. It's gonna be the best, and then it was not.
It's not the best. But
It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I truly and legitimately enjoyed it. I
The
bought it on 2
RTS
platforms
elements of it that were random. I'm like, okay, where did we just go with this game? Oh, okay.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I actually only got a small taste of them because I have a very short attention span.
You didn't complete that game?
I didn't come anywhere near completing it. I have a very short attention span for games unless they really
He got
capture
really
me.
angry at it and
You
stopped playing.
need to go
Yeah, I
back
got
and finish
stuck
it.
somewhere very briefly and got mad. Like
Oh,
I
man.
met Lemmy and I met Ozzy.
Lemmy Winks.
I think I got to Ozzy the second time, and then something
Well,
happened.
Ozzy's where you got all your upgrades.
Yeah, but like there are specific points of the story where you get sent to him for something.
Yeah.
You know, like any game where you get upgrades, there comes a point where, like, oh, you can't progress any further until you get this upgrade.
Right,
Like,
you get new
have
abilities.
to. Yeah. But so the point is, you know, I got around to that point in the game where you have to go back for the second upgrade, no matter what, and I got stuck doing something simple even, and I got mad and I put it down for the night. And then I got busy for like a week, and I just literally never went back. And it wasn't because I was like, I hate this game forever, now I'm done. Are they playing Pong?
Yep.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
That's okay. That's unique. I'll give you that.
Ah.
Oh shit, it's getting
Yeah,
real.
I mean, if you get a chance, I think that's a game you should go back to.
I will. I absolutely will. I own it on.
Yes,
yeah.
Pong. Dude, level 2.
Goat right there, Pong. But for real, I own Brutal Legend on 360 because I bought it when it originally came out, and I bought it again on Steam. Defensively, I got it as part of a Humble Bundle, so I paid like $1 for it. But the point is, I own it on 2 separate platforms. It's not like I didn't like the game enough to support it twice,
Right.
or that I lack any. Is that the fire dude you just beat?
Mm-hmm. He's a might. I
You unlocked them.
well, I didn't unlock him per
Well,
se.
he's-
I fixed him.
Oh, right
The-
on. Okay,
the
that makes
viruses.
sense. Yeah. I get it.
So as you do that, they appear in different like, situations, I guess, if you will.
That's legit. Not enough games do that, I feel. Like, almost every game, even if the boss was originally a good guy, by the time you're done, you killed him. He's done.
Yeah. Yeah, in actuality, the hero of the story ends up killing more than the villain
Yeah.
in every game. Look at
Almost.
Mario. He killed
Oh
everybody.
my god, no kidding. Oh, wow, that's not fair.
So make the difficult maybe.
So, I kind of understand why, but I don't at the same time. That doing all of that, like, dash absorb thing you're doing there, like, it doesn't give you any kind of a health refill. I haven't seen really...
Oh,
That
dumb,
was rude.
dumb lady threw ice at me.
You died.
It's cooler than being cool.
I don't know.
Ice
Tell me.
toes?
Ice
Um,
toad?
Acetopes. So are there health pickups in this, and I just haven't been paying attention?
You haven't been paying attention because I've been picking it up really quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Creighton 1982 says, don't you badmouth Psychonauts.
I never said a bad word about
Nobody
Psychonauts.
was
No.
bad mouthing Psychonauts.
The only thing I have to say about Psychonauts is everyone's like, oh, it's a great game, but then keep in mind that when it came out, like, sales were pretty low.
I was saying, where were you playing? Who
It's
was
more of
buying
a,
it?
it's more of a cult classic.
It
than
really
anything
is.
else.
But anyone who's really played it, you know, that I know of, has always been like, oh, this
I
game's
don't need
amazing.
that.
How can you have never played it? And everyone seems to
Yeah, it's like
forget that it.
when studios fold, it's like, well, you weren't buying their shit. Like, why are you
Yeah.
mad? Same
Yeah.
thing with like
Well,
television
Double Fine
series
didn't
that
fold
you
at all.
cancel.
He's still around. He just kickstarted something new recently.
Well,
I
yeah.
think.
I mean, he's not going to go anywhere.
I'll tell you what folded that actually legitimately made me mad was Lionhead.
I was just say the Fable developer. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Well, see, what kills me about that is that they also deserved it.
Why?
Lionhead has a history of promising stuff and never delivering.
Well, yeah, Fable 2 and 3 both did not deliver on the promises of what they gave.
This
us.
part
Fable
took me
1 didn't
forever.
either. Fable
That's
1 was
true.
supposed to have a massive dragon fight, and it never materialized in the franchise, as far as I know.
Yeah, the main mechanics of the system that is in it didn't get fully functional either with the
Yeah.
pitch. The what do they called it?
The morality system or
Yeah,
whatever.
I forget there was another term used for it, but yeah, that never.
Well, didn't at least one of the games that touted the morality system, it straight up didn't matter. It was all aesthetic, wasn't it? Or am I buying into hype
Certain
on that
things
one?
changed in 2. I know that. I think 1 was the one that was aesthetic. But certain things changed in 2. I remember that because it unlocked certain areas,
I died
especially when you
so
got to
many
take the
times in this.
townspeople and sacrifice them when you were evil. I absolutely. You don't remember that? You were not evil.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna say this, and I need it to be understood about every video game. If there is too much freedom, if I can go and make too many choices, I will lose focus and therefore interest.
You
It
didn't
just
play
happens.
Fable?
Yeah, yeah,
I-
probably, yeah.
I have all 3 Fable games. I have at least one of the arcade games. They did the Fable 2 pub games.
Yeah.
I dumped
Which they
hours into the Fable 2
They
pub
quietly
games.
It took me
released
an
the new
hour
Fable
to-
card
Good
game
job, buddy.
on the.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
No. So I dumped a lot of time into the pub games before Fable 2 came out. So it's not a knock on the franchise. It's not that I think anything's wrong with it. It's not that I think it's bad, anything like that. But Skyrim is a perfect example of it. The first time I played Skyrim, I played it. For those of you who have played it, I played it through far enough to get to the first town, and then you talk to the dude in the shop, and he's like, "Get my dragon claw back. My sister will take you to the bridge." And then I got to the bridge, and I saved it, and I quit,
No.
and I didn't touch it again in 2 years.
Dude, if you only saw all the little icons on my map and every completed quest that I've done,
Now,
it's ridiculous.
On the other side of that, I did at one point go back and finally pick it back up again, and I dumped easily 20, 30 hours minimum into it before I got bored again. But I got bored again. My wife has dumped, Jesus, 200 hours into
That's
that game.
yeah. I'm
It's-
about that.
It's insane.
Couple
She's
hundred.
done damn near everything in the game.
It's
Damn it.
it's
I
so.
lent it to someone because I ran out of
so
stuff
good.
to do, and I don't know that I want to start a new character right now.
Oh, dude, it's totally worth it.
And so
I
I will
rebought it on
never-
the Switch, and I'm loving it again.
Yeah. I will never say to anyone
Dead me.
that you shouldn't like it or that it's bad or anything like that. I recognize the game for how great it is. I absolutely love the Fallout franchise. I've never beat any of them. 3, 4, Vegas, nothing.
Oh my god!
I'm working on 4.
I was so mad.
I have never even
when,
played 4. I bought the collector's edition, Pip-Boy edition and all. Never put it in the system, not once.
That game came out at a perfect time because it was the day before my son was born, and I had time off work, and you know a newborn doesn't do anything, so I played video
Is he
games.
still breathing? Alright, I'm gonna unpause the game.
No,
Pretty
that
much.
was the last.
Oh,
So
he was so
it literally
cool.
came out the day before he was born. I was so excited.
So circling back to the original
Insane.
point, there are a lot of games like that for me. And what was the game that brought that topic up? What did you ask me about? It wasn't. Was it Fable? Maybe it was Fable.
Yeah.
I thought we got on Fable because of this topic. Or I mean, after we got on the whole where my problem is. But it might have been. But the point is, Fable falls in that same category for me. Like I recognize that it's awesome for having all those choices and the branching paths, and as a concept, I adore that. In practice, I can't handle it.
So good.
And it's
I love that freedom in games. That's what I want. I hate structure.
this
Which is funny because it's
where
what
we
I
had this problem earlier.
And it's funny because I'm opposite in life. I need structure. But I think that's why gaming to me is that form of escapism. I need to escape the thing that controls me.
Like, see, I can't. Like, I can enjoy it literally in the moment. But the problem with, again, Skyrim is a perfect example of it. The problem with games that are that open-ended is that I sit down and it's like, okay, so what am I going to do today? Well, I could go over there and fight this dragon, or I could go over to this other place and save this town, or there's this murder mystery. And...
There's like a whole new episode and you're the star. That's so awesome.
What?
You did with those open-ended choices. Like, what do I want to do today? Whatever the hell I want.
I got this.
Because I can't.
Don't worry,
understand.
guys. You can watch the game. Watch me play it. You don't have to talk about stuff for 75 minutes.
Okay.
You can be amazed at my awful playness.
So on the topic of Fable,
Playness?
did you ever play the beta for, what was it, Legends?
No.
Obviously that got canceled, and it was only a closed beta for a short period of time. I was very fortunate enough to be a part of that, and I'm really upset that that got canceled. There was a push for it to still get continued by someone else, but unfortunately no.
Well, I thought it was up for crowdfunding, wasn't it?
I think it never got to that level.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what they were trying to push for.
So, question for Eric, real quick. Yeah, legit question. Is this mid-boss, or is this a number?
This is the number 3.
Okay.
But
Is that saying Scooby-Doo?
Sure. Where are you? Oh, these ice puns.
Oh, it just sounds like May.
Who?
May. I forget her name. Her last name.
there are so many games that I feel like I don't know. Like you would have loved, like all those games that you didn't finish.
I love most of them for what they are.
And those are some of my. You named all the ones that you didn't finish. Those are my favorite franchises. The only other one here that I'm going to bring up. Have you played and finished all the BioShocks?
No.
Oh my God.
He's just mad at Rob. Hey, thank you.
So did you win? I'm
Thank you.
sorry. I'm so.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pee.
Give it to old shoulder. Zing.
I'm beside myself right now.
Hey, is it time for a commercial?
Hey, do you guys have those?
No, I don't
Oh,
have them in
shit.
here.
Oh.
I'm more so just gonna be really. I'm just gonna stare at you and judge you. So BioShock, you didn't finish any of them.
I would say spoiler alert, but if you don't know about it by now, screw you. I got to
Because I remember the
end
first
of
one.
BioShock.
The first one we talked about in brief.
Yeah, I got to the end of
Because
the
that one
first
fucked
BioShock.
with you a little bit. It said.
Post the okay, so what he means when he says that, because I feel like we talked about this on a weekly dosage
We
episode,
have.
but just in case any of you haven't seen it already, or if I'm wrong and we just talked about it amongst ourselves, I had a hard time with the first BioShock because it's the very beginning of it is super tense. Everything, because you only have a wrench, and everything is around the corner, and it's gonna murder your fucking face in, and it just like to a certain point, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is. It's not that it's scary or that it was creepy. It was literally just so tense that I had to put it down. It was bad for my blood pressure, and so it took me a long time to really get any traction in that game. But once I did, man, I barreled through it. I had a blast. I love the original BioShock.
my failure score up on the screen here.
You still passed.
D for
Damn,
double
you
good.
So okay.
But so I got past the twist, and I got to the very end where you're like rounding up the parts to pretend to be a Big Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I had the boots and everything, and
Boots
I was
with
like,
the fur?
huh?
Boots with the fur?
Yeah.
Quit your
Sure.
lollygagging.
The whole club was looking at her.
Yep.
Yep. Moving on.
No, nobody.
So I got that far, and here's what killed it for me is
Somebody will get that reference.
I got the reference. I just didn't want to acknowledge it.
Just go with it. Just go with
No.
it.
I also have this problem where if I miss something, I just don't even want to play it anymore.
Okay.
Like ever again.
What do you mean miss something? Like miss
You
an
get
item or
a
collectible?
collector. Yeah.
It
But that's
applies.
why you play the game again.
It applies in multiple. First of all, can't play that game again. Almost killed me the first time. Second of all,
Okay.
BioShock.
BioShock.
Because the beginning of the game is so just tense, not intense, tense. But so, like, it applies in multiple ways. In this specific instance, there's an achievement for taking a picture of the guy that had you running all over the place, taking pictures of other people to prove that you murdered them or whatever the hell.
Sure.
Like, you find his apartment and then you kill him and you take a picture of him and you get an achievement for it. And I found that out after I was too far to go back to get the picture, and I just said, "This, I'm done with this game," and I put it down and I never touched it again.
Achievement, though. Who cares?
I
go
cared.
back and
I
do
was
it
mad
again.
about it.
I was scared. I was like, do I go down?
You were scared to go down, huh?
Oh, no, never scared.
Like those
I
are
am never
games.
scared.
Like I used to be.
I like how you jumped behind him and then he put the shield back there. That was solid.
And you know, I can't not be in agreement with you there. I used to be an achievement junkie, and it would bother me too if I missed things. But that was honestly a game that it didn't matter to me for achievements. When I am so immersed into the game I'm playing, I could care less if I'm getting every collectible or every achievement for it.
Well, so
because the
here's-
game is that good.
I'll give you that in most instances. That one, for whatever reason, just struck me as really annoying. Partially because I thought to myself, man, it would be funny if I did that to him. Well, guess I'm going to move on here. I stopped and stared at his body for a minute while I was doing something before I moved on from the room. I fucked myself there, and it's part of what made me so mad about it. But the other thing, the other place this applies, is there are some games where they'll come out and I'll be like, oh, if I had bought it a week ago, I would have got this special collectible item, and now I can never get that collectible item, so this game as a whole, I'm never going to buy it now. I'm just never going to.
I mean, I get it.
There's not a ton.
There
There's
are
a
there are
small handful of
priority
games
things
where
that I
you can
wish I would have got. For example, Star Wars Battlefront. There was
First one or second one?
the second one. Sorry. There were some limited edition skins for some of the characters. You get some for pre-ordering, but if you get like the Jedi or whatever the version was, I forget what it's called. It was like $20 more. You get credits and some skins.
Yeah, I bought that
And-
one. It wasn't worth it, though.
See, and the thing was, I was contemplating it, and I'm like,
Well, because I thought... At the
Oh, God,
very
what is
least-
this now?
Whoa, what is that?
They're
Well,
outside,
oh.
I think.
Oh, Jesus, that scared me.
just sort of like,
Some herpes going on there.
that's what they look like?
Yep. I mean, no.
Yikes.
Actually, no, that was the wrong STD to reference there.
Crabs.
Yeah, way more like crabs.
What is crab? I don't know what crabs look like either.
Crabs. Why they called crabs?
They literally look like crabolas.
Yeah.
Crab
I'm not
always.
Googling it.
They're little parasites.
What do crabs?
Hey, audience, Google that. Let us know. don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh,
Kids, ask
I
your
know what a
parents.
coconut crab looks like.
Go ask mom and dad right
That was
now.
horrifying.
Daddy, what a crab look like?
They'll tell you about the wild 80s.
Oh, they really were, weren't they?
Yeah.
don't know. I was born in the 80s. I didn't live in the 80s, really.
Boy, they truly live.
Existed.
Yeah.
Watch Sesame Street.
Anyway,
I watched Sesame Street.
Oh no!
That's what you get for not watching Sesame Street.
That explains a lot.
That's why you don't stick
My
your tongue in
parents
the
did
pan,
it.
kids.
your parents did do it. That's how you got here. What does that?
I
have
didn't
to
like
do with
active.
anything?
I watched Sesame Street on occasion, but it wasn't like every day. He says 7 a.m.
Grover.
How'd you know the
I
time?
had a
Just guess the
babysitter that
time.
would let us watch
Like,
Sesame Street, but would turn off
all
the
day.
music.
What?
That's
Like-
that's
Like
like
that's
Anytime
why
they
you
started-
watch Sesame
Yeah.
Street.
Anytime they started like singing and stuff, she'd mute it because it was bad.
Did y'all watch Barney?
No,
Oh, I
that
was
show.
learning.
That's what we watched.
Did you see what the guy that played Barney does now?
What?
Yeah.
Fraggle Rock.
What? No.
like how is it?
He does like tantric sex.
Yeah.
Tantric massage.
Yeah, tantric massage. That's what.
Oh, okay. I was like, he just got into porn, huh?
Well, kind of. He has like 20 some odd clients that he like, bangs for 3
He didn't
hours.
use the crouch dash. What the fuck is a crouch dash?
Hint. I
To hit
think it's
down and
something you've
crouch?
been doing. To
Yeah, but it does it automatically.
Oh, right on.
Oh, okay, so I can.
Alright, so you
I can
never
do it.
finished Bioshock. That means you never touched 2?
Nope.
And you
Although-
never touched Infinite?
Nope. I was told I didn't need to play 2, but
No,
I
you
bought
can
the
skip 2.
I bought the collector's edition of 2. Do you know why?
No.
Because you buy the collector's edition of everything?
Also, yes, but do you know what was in the collector's edition of 2?
No.
A series of vinyl records.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
The
I couldn't
soundtrack
not
is
get
Not that we
past
have
that.
a record player.
I was just gonna say.
I mean, does
Yeah,
that
but not
even
like you
matter?
would play it,
We
no?
have a laser disc player, but not a record player.
I mean, Laserdisc is sweet. I had
Laser
Laserdisc.
dick.
Laser dicks.
That's
Speaking
cool,
of-
man.
Why you getting mad at me? I didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
Just,
he's
you just were like laser dicks. like I cared that much about laser dicks.
By the time I said that you were dead, it's not like I fucked you up. So you can't be mad about laser dicks.
No, you just did it right. My ear was loud. I don't care. When
Neon pussy.
Oh,
That's a.
that's a little
I
much.
don't. Okay.
So
So Bioshock
let's bring it
Infinite.
You left. You come back.
Yeah, for fucking real, man.
I always do. What was it? The end of the
Maybe
other one I
you
was
got
talking
it.
about Kegels.
Oh right. Okay, never mind. That's not what I thought.
You did it.
Thank you.
Good job.
You did it.
Many proud.
So I'm so mad because Infinite, honestly, was my favorite game of that generation.
Well, so here's the thing about Infinite. I bought the collector's edition too. That Songbird statue is sweet.
I'm pretty jealous, and that might go missing.
You'd have to actually come over to my house once.
Motherfucker!
He's right.
Oh, Eric agreed with me, and we all know that never happens. So you just got fucked.
Huh?
Past tense, not.
It's
Future.
not late enough for that.
It's always
Or is
late
it-
enough. Welcome to Late Night
Not past
with
midnight.
DNA. We're about to share our DNA.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go home.
So I bought Bioshock Infinite because I thought the promos looked really cool. I really dug the premise. I enjoyed the first game enough that I really wanted to play that one. But it came out at, for me, a not great time.
herpes.
And so it went on the shelf.
It always comes back to that
Yeah,
shit.
he had a raging cold sore.
He had an ingrown hair on his balls.
Oh, don't even mess with that. Those ingrown hairs are awful.
Come on.
I just fucked everything.
Good night, everybody.
This is why we're not getting 100 subs.
This is why we'll always stick just over 69.
Have we just been ignoring the chat the whole night?
You guys
I
have
feel
it.
like that's what.
Who's our chat monitor?
Sarah? You're sitting right next to it.
But I turned my head and it looks like I'm just staring off.
Turn the preview on. We should have put the monitor out here in front of us.
Oh my god.
I keep telling you that. I don't know why you don't listen to me.
Eric's gonna watch this back and says, oh, yeah, it's staring around there the whole time, huh? What's going on here?
That's why it should be right here.
Because she's prettier than you?
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
true.
yeah. Whatever.
But then so am I, so.
Is there a long? I'm working on it. I'm gonna be
Does your wife know?
That's a good question. Does your wife know?
why I wear a hat.
One day you'll take it off and there'll just be like a man bun up there and you'll be like, surprise, honey!
You know, I had a man bun a couple years back.
I believe that.
And then you woke up
unquestionably.
one morning and it was
For
gone.
her, no, for her sister's wedding, I had it up in a man bun. It was pretty amazing.
I did a half ponytail for my wedding.
I had short hair like Eric's for mine. I had no facial hair. It was really weird.
Raven Knight says use
Shit.
the other boss.
Wow!
I don't know how to go after that.
Use the other boss weapons you got. I'm looking at the
Yeah,
chat.
Mega this man.
Do it.
I tried. I don't know how to use them.
Slowpoke.
How do we use them? Slowpoke? Or are you saying that to me?
Yes.
You say that
Oh,
to you.
well, that's rude.
What is axle recovery?
I don't know.
It's recovery of the
Andrea
axle.
says stop encouraging him.
To what? Grow a man bun?
You're still awake?
Oh, what? There it is.
I thought you were
That's
going to
gotta be
sleep.
it.
Oh,
You would think.
I don't know how to select it, but
Ooh. Oh, what's that? You did something.
I don't know.
Wow, she just kicked you right in the face.
Oh, this shit is not looking easy.
Was that magnetic?
Yeah, it sticks to me. Get off me!
Oh, buddy. That was rough looking.
My powers!
I know she said flowers.
Oh, whatever.
She didn't need him.
You deflowered her?
Oh, God, no.
Aw, come on.
God.
Technically, he's not wrong, I guess.
What the? That looks so weird.
Wiggle it
Trying to get it
just
off.
a little bit. Oh, that's how you avoid
Oh,
that.
no.
Don't be where they are. I really dig the fact that she is being reflected in the background, though.
Oh, why are you coming at me like that?
Yeah, for
Oh,
real.
it's Gito.
I need you to get out of my face.
That's not okay.
Die,
Those
die.
sweethearts.
Oh, you gotta shoot the things with your thing. Hey. Oh. Got me.
Oh!
That was so rude.
Well,
Why did I do that?
She has a mouth. She's like,
How you like this?
Does she know?
Using that garbage mouth.
that garbage mouth.
Ah,
There you go.
try.
Hey.
Garbage crack, huh?
Hey, thanks.
It's all the same thing. What does that do, though? Oh.
Does it slow down? I feel like it should.
I mean, it is building ice up on her.
What the?
It kind of looks like Gara. from
What's
Gara.
everyone's favorite Mega Man game? Chat.
Yeah, don't ask me.
You don't like Mega Man?
I love Mega Man.
I feel like ours are gonna differ.
My favorite Mega Man is the one that I don't have to play because I'm horrible at them.
Well, regardless of being good or bad, I'm sure you're still like a fan of one for whatever.
Well, so that's the thing. Like, it's hard for me to enjoy a game that I spend more time dead than alive. That's
Oh,
why
like-
I don't
like
play shit like
Bloodborne?
PUBG.
Well, PUBG, you know what? Yeah, game's fun. But not anymore because Fortnite's all the
If
rage.
you like spectating.
Well, that's
Your
why you
son
quit.
would
Started
say
doing
Smash Brothers.
Smash
I do
Brothers.
love Smash Bros. Smash Brothers is my favorite Mega Man game.
I mean, sure, I guess.
He is in it.
Yeah.
I
Smash
was
Bros. Great.
so excited when he came out in that game. I was like, oh, snap, I'm playing Mega Man Smash Brothers.
And he's not.
He is not good at all.
Yeah. It's just like Sonic.
No, I
Do you remember
go.
when they added Snake?
Unfortunately, that was the worst decision.
It's like,
Get it off, get it off, get it
play.
off.
Do you remember the PlayStation All Stars?
Oh, oh.
I do.
That was rude.
Are you gonna say you're fond of it?
No.
Okay, good.
You got this easy.
I really wanted to be because it was Sony's Smash Brothers, and I was like,
Raven Knight
the
said
characters-
Mega Man X.
Or the lack of
Mega Man
characters,
Mega Man X.
and then some of your characters were the same character, just the evil version of that same character.
What game?
That angered me.
PlayStation All Stars.
Those could have been skins. Why did you have to make separate characters?
Well, I'll tell you what angered me. Kratos was garbage in that game.
Yes.
He shouldn't have been. Under no circumstances should Kratos have been any kind of bad.
Well, he was just living up to his own games. Oh, shots fired.
Clearly, Travis doesn't know what a good game is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
I hope you've enjoyed my time on the show. This will be my last night here.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm taking my
You were
toys
right.
and going home.
You were right. As soon as I can ring, buddy.
Wow, that was a hell of an interrupt, friend.
No, yeah, the game is not good. I honestly though like Parappa the Rapper. You don't like Parappa the Rapper?
What's happening right here?
Parappa the Rapper?
What about it? How is that that's not a Mega Man game.
No, I was talking about the Battle Royale, the All-Star, whatever.
Oh, yeah, you
Are
was
there
in that.
words in that?
I had a stroke just now.
Let's give it a flip bop.
I'm a scat man.
No, no, don't. I'm not encouraging that. I can't encourage this.
That's only okay if you're watching that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, that's. You've seen that movie, right? Nothing to Lose. Tim Robbins.
Martin Lawrence?
I thought it was one of the Chris's.
This is Martin Lawrence.
What was the? Oh, I'm thinking. What is it? Money Train.
So wait, they had Scatman.
Okay. You know, there's a scene where dude's on fire, and he's like
Yeah,
trying
he
to
sets
like.
himself on
No.
fire.
Because of the spider, isn't it? Like there's a spider on him or something, and he tries to burn it, and he lights himself on fire.
Who knows?
I don't know. The point is, he's on fire,
Oh,
and he's in a
that
parking
was
lot, and
cool.
he's dancing around trying to put the fire out, and it's playing Scatman in the background. It's a great thing.
I used to have that on CD. Might have been one of the Jock Jams or some mix around that time.
Oh, Jack Jams.
Back when I used to play basketball in my driveway against myself because I was an only child. That was always fun, blocking your own shot. How awkward is that? He goes up for it, he blocks it. What a punk. Yep, that happened.
Get that garbage out of here.
That was fun. Womp womp.
Mega Man X is a solid one though.
Sure.
I don't
X
know
was
what
good.
I'm doing.
I know X is one of the high rated ones of the franchise.
Indeed.
However, and solely for soundtrack.
See, you say that. And you've said that before. I actually really liked 3.
Three's alright.
You know why I really liked 3? It was the only one I owned. I've played almost all of them, but 3 was the only one I owned for a long, long time. I own a bunch of them now, like the legit NES cartridges.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say they have the collections now, which that pisses me off. You're gonna put 4 games in a collection? Cheap assholes.
Especially when we're talking about
Like kilobytes.
yeah.
Like you didn't do anything to restore these games.
I took a picture with my cell phone that takes up more storage space than that whole franchise.
Yeah, that freaking bothered me.
You know, my favorite Mega Man thing is the Proto Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like the Proto Man.
Loving that.
Pretty great.
If you are not familiar with the band, the Proto Men, they are a band that their first 2 albums were concept albums based on the Mega Man lore.
Really?
But you pop. Yeah. The first
So I
album
like it.
is all about Mega Man going to fight Dr. Wily and ultimately finding out the Proto Man was the brother he
Did
lost.
he give you stuff for dying so many times?
He does it after you die once.
Oh.
Just gives you like if you shoot faster.
What games? There's games that did that.
And then the
Like,
second
okay.
one is the second album is all about Dr. Light and Dr. Wily before Dr. Wily takes over the world, and back when Dr. Light and Dr. Wily were still working together. And the interesting thing about it is they don't just like have songs that tell the existing story of Mega Man. It's like an alternate reality take on the franchise. And so it turns out that the reason Dr. Light isn't actively combating Dr. Wily to get the world away from him, because in the first album, Wily has already taken over. He won, he took over the world, he's in charge of everything. You want to switch levels?
No. You know me. We talked about this
He's
earlier.
I
determined, man. He's gonna do
But I
it.
gotta put it on the table.
No, you take that off the table.
Yeah, you fucking off the goddamn table.
So no, in the first album, he's already won. He already took over. Everything's shitty and awful, and Dr. Light lives in a like horrible apartment with Mega Man hiding, basically. And then Mega Man's like, "No, we gotta fight." He's like, "I didn't build you to fight." And then blah 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 blah. And then he goes and he fights. But the first album is a prequel to that story, where it's Light and Wily, and they're both in love with the same woman. I think.
I know, I can't. I keep forgetting that's on there.
Or no,
I'm just
no,
gonna die.
no, that's what it was. I'm sorry. Light and
Start
Wily worked together at first to build robots, and then Wily's like, if we work together, we could take over the world. And Dr. Light is like, nah, B, that's not kosher. And so then Dr.
B,
Wily
that's not kosher, is what he says.
murders Dr. Light's girlfriend and frames him for it. And so he
Keep
goes into
jumping
hiding
into
to
that.
get away. So like, it's a way darker take on the Mega Man story.
So the only thing I hope out of all this is
Yeah.
that the CD album,
I do?
CDs
No.
I'm sure were a thing at that time.
Yeah.
Still are, but not really. The cover art is as good, well, as bad as the cartridge cover art for the original Mega Man games, if you recall those.
No, the cover art for the first album is a very purple-heavy nighttime cityscape.
Like, do you remember the first cover art?
Oh god, it's awful! Like, the original Mega Man cover art has Mega Man being like a human in a robot suit. Like, he's got a regular dude face.
Yeah.
Like, it is terrible.
And he didn't even have a blaster, I don't think, did he? No, he had a
I
gun.
think he had a gun.
He had a gun.
Did you just look it up? up.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
paste
put
it. We'll paste
We'll
it.
put it somewhere.
Put a link in the description or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's-
remember this when you have a chance.
Well, the second one is almost as bad.
Well, the
isn't it?
first few were as bad. I think they
I think all
continue with
three
this,
of the first three.
I think they
were
continue
like
with this
that.
art style up until like 7 or 8.
Really, I don't remember it being like that in 5. I mean, granted, I don't remember anything past 3 very well.
Okay, 5 was not. 3 was still. 2
Yeah, I
was
knew
really
that.
bad. 2 still had the gun.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one I remember best.
That one's really bad.
No, maybe it is 2 that is my favorite from the NES then.
2's my favorite. But yeah, we started getting normal and 3.
Oh, yeah, we get a little bit more normal entries.
But yeah, here you go.
That's Mega Man 1's cover art,
Ooh.
right?
He's got a gun.
Show him 2 real quick before he starts up. Still got a gun.
There you go. Mega Man.
Yeah. Now reconcile that image with the
Oh,
Mega
see?
Man we see in
Even
pop
in
culture
9.
media now.
The Mega Man that we know, these 3, 4, 5, these were the Western releases, I believe. The box art stayed the same for quite some time, if I can recall correctly. I'd have to find it. But yeah, these were not good.
No, they were not. Mega Man X. That whole franchise, I think, is probably
Oh, God.
holy shit.
This one's fun. This is made.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
running
there's no
into her.
way.
Anyway, yeah, box art was a thing that was really interesting back then, especially even on the Atari.
You know what's funny about that is that box art today is still kind of a dumb thing a lot, but it gets overlooked because so few people give a shit about the box art anymore.
Well, yeah, a lot of
Like
people
nobody
are
shops
digital
a,
now.
Yeah, nobody shops a game based on its box art anymore.
No.
Because
That
it used
was
to be a
waste.
big.
Well, the big thing about that was because the rental
That was
industry was so high.
It's a waste.
That's how you sold your games, by attractive box art.
Yeah.
It's because when you go on your Friday night to get a VHS tape, you'd also get a cartridge to take home for the weekend.
If your parents love.
Well, that's how they cut me out of their hair. Here, go away. Okay. Thanks for the Nintendo. I ain't even mad about this at all. I'm just now socially awkward. Thanks. My voice cracked.
He's just now going through puberty.
Yeah. All Nintendo's fault.
I blame Sega.
Sega.
Wow. She is
Yeah, but Sega did
not
when
messing
Nintendo
around. Holy
don't.
shit.
I have
Does
to
with
get
Nintendo.
her before she does that.
Or you are just toast.
Now I gotta start the whole level over again.
No, just pick a different one.
Wait, why?
Because he had game
Is that a
over.
Game over.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Aw.
The
Game,
words game over were just gigantic.
I,
dude,
I tuned out
Game Brover.
hardcore for a minute.
Yes, you
Game
did.
Brover.
Did he just say Sacre Blue with an American accent? I'm so done with this.
This is terrible.
You can't crikey and Sacre Blue. Okay.
Hey, he's
Like-
trying to appeal to all regions.
Okay, yeah, but at least like pretend a little.
What was it? What was the war movie on Glorious Bastards?
Oh, good movie.
Lammy.
He's trying to blend in. Just doing a miserable
It
job.
was Michael Fassbender, right? Was it
No, that was
No,
No, no,
that
he
was
was
Brad
in
It
it.
was Brad Pitt.
But Michael Fassbender was in it.
Yeah, he was in the movie.
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, sure.
Yeah, but you
Damn.
said that was Michael Fassbender, wasn't it?
That was in that.
Well,
Ah,
we didn't let you finish.
he did it again.
No, he put his thing back to shoot.
Yeah, I know.
Stop.
Here we go.
Bring it on. Bitch. That's what you should have said.
That's something Mega Man missed out on.
What, the vulgarity?
Mega Man trash talking.
But isn't Mega Man like a kid, though?
He's a robot, bro.
Yeah, but
I don't know if you're aware of this.
he's like a kid.
Oh, that worked out well.
I don't like this game.
I don't think he was.
I like this game.
He was totally a kid.
I don't think so.
He's a freshly made robot.
I mean, if you're talking about like in Mega Man Legends, maybe.
Totally a kid. So to go back, favorite Mega Man appearances then, if you will, on this
My
franchise.
favorite Mega Man gag is Mega Man X.
Okay.
It's a good call. My favorite Mega Man character is Zero.
It does say
Typical.
that he is a robot boy hero.
No, I don't believe it.
Oh.
But that could just mean that he's male.
Yep, see?
Oh, I'm not 100% right yet.
I don't think it says that though.
You know what, Rob?
I don't know what.
I know. That's the problem here. No,
Oh, no.
I enjoyed
Ooh,
Mega Man.
nice save.
I enjoyed Mega Man's gear in the Dead Rising.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of that franchise. I love Dead Rising as a franchise. And
You were
that's one
talking
of
about
my
that in your
favorite things about
stream, weren't you?
that. Yeah, I don't remember why, but I love that franchise.
Three, because we got on the topic of 3, and you were just kind of like, eh. And I was like, no.
I
so
couldn't
good.
do 3
So
the way that I
good.
could. Well, because they abandoned a lot of the camp. The way
They did not. How far did you get?
the first hour and a half, 2 hours.
No. How many bosses did you fight in? 2?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
But by the
abandon
first
shit.
boss
Did you
of the
get to the
original
one
Dead
in the little
Rising.
cafeteria, the lady in the wheelchair thingy, the
Sure
auto
didn't.
scooter? Yeah, they didn't abandon the campiness. That was one of the most unique boss fights I've played in years.
My point is, the beginning of the game. Okay, listen. I liken Dead Rising
Listen.
to Evil Dead.
Okay. Yeah.
The first Dead Rising started off trying to take itself seriously.
Ish. You're a photographer, but okay.
Started off trying to take itself somewhat seriously. In that it was like, no, some shit's going down. You gotta save people. But then immediately embraced the camp, a la, oh my god. Help.
We don't know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going.
Third movie. Army of Darkness.
Oh, okay.
Jesus
I didn't know you were
Christ.
jumping back to the movies here. I thought you were continuing with the game.
I said I likened it to Evil Dead, and then I
Right,
said,
but you were-
what the hell other movie would I have been talking about?
You didn't
You
say
left me hanging in the public eye. Let's see where we stand.
What you get?
Point
He's
is,
back. He did not give us enough clues. Freaking blue over here.
that's a parent joke. That's. I can't
Really,
decide
you
if I'm
just-
ashamed of that or not.
Did you just Blues Clues it?
What's worse is I got it, and that even more so, I don't know if I'm ashamed or
I
not.
got it too.
He just
So-
got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
I'm just gonna move on. So, the point was, for me, the first game. Well, let me rein that back a little bit. The first
Alright, Rain
game's
Man.
marketing material made it seem like it was going to take itself very seriously, is what I should say. And then the game came out, and it was
clever
it was
design of it.
Army of Darkness. Okay, like they touted Evil Dead and gave us Army of Darkness, and I was not mad about it. The second game didn't even pretend to be Evil Dead. It was just, look, this shit's ridiculous. Okay, let's just be ridiculous about it. We got a like X Games style game show going on, where you ride motorcycles into hordes of zombies. Like,
So freaking amazing.
it was off the wall bonkers. And then the third one went back to the marketing of the first game, but I figured, who cares? The first game was like,
But
I'm gonna be super serial, and then totally wasn't.
But
And then I
that-
got the game, and the first like hour solid is zombies, bro. Zombies.
it's
And so
setting
the
tone.
weapons, and that's my problem. The weapons were still off the wall bonkers, because you still had the weapon combination system, but the tone of the story and the enemies that you encounter in the first 45 minutes to an hour of the game are trying to take the setting seriously. And it put me off.
Honestly, though, the innovation of that game when that came out with the console, it was a
Oh,
day
I didn't
one
get the rest
purchase.
of the stuff.
Oh, that sucks.
And it utilized the Kinect cleverly, if you recall.
I don't. I remember
So-
that it did, but I don't remember
So the
how.
game utilized the Kinect by picking up your voice. Like this camera, you guys can hear my voice. So could those zombies. So if you were in a room and somebody came, hey, I'm burping, they would all recognize that your character's right there and start to come at you because of the Kinect.
Huh. Well, I hate that.
No, that added a new element to things, and I thought that was clever.
You know how you avoid that, though?
So the,
Unplugged the
Be
Kinect.
one of the
Well-
80% of the populace that didn't have or use the stupid thing.
I did it first, but when they abandoned it, I abandoned it.
And then they brought it back for the Xbox One. And I said, all right, we're going to try this again.
No, that's what I'm saying. They abandoned it.
Well, they
with the Xbox.
dumped it on the 360.
Well, sure, because they
They never got rid of
switched,
support
they
for it,
switched
but-
development to the the next gen of it.
Jesus Christ.
Because they were full on, this is what we're doing. And they didn't. So, I don't care, honestly. It hurts. Like,
I wanted more out of it than I got, and that's what hurts my feelings, because I was one of the few people who was actually pro Kinect for a long time. I thought it was going to be a really great innovation in gaming.
it kind of was.
It could have been.
Did you
I
play
don't think I ever
Kinectimals?
realized it. No.
I played Kinectimals.
But I bought iPad.
Oh, yeah, same deal.
That was a mistake.
The Kinectimals, you get
Oh,
cut the cat.
what? Jesus
She lit your
Christ.
shit up, buddy.
I hate this boss. I hate this game.
It loves you, Fred.
I think I'm about done.
Yeah?
You want to give Rob a try? Let's see how he does.
We sure don't.
Go for it, Crab.
Oh,
Yeah, your turn.
I played. You haven't played the game yet.
This
You
is
don't
my
know
last
that.
try.
You tried a different boss?
No. I have to go through the level
I
again.
wonder if there's a boss rush mode. That's a very Mega Man thing.
didn't say
Can
that.
you not interrupt her throwing those the way you can interrupt the gold one later?
No. Oh, no.
You were doing something to her earlier that was stealing them from her, or stopping her from throwing them.
Oh no, I'm gonna die in this one.
You barely even took any damage that time.
You're doing a lot better.
I think I'm gonna do this or this because I have to knock the orange ones off. I have to hit all the circling ones on this part.
Let's see, you figured out the pattern and you're doing much better. You just can't hit her, she's high.
She's so high.
Oh wow. Okay.
Here's flag.
I didn't do 15 seconds.
Chat just die? Like, where'd y'all go tonight? What's going on?
Nobody wants this
quiet.
anymore.
Quiet night. What's
It's because we ignored everybody for so long in the beginning, I'm sure.
Where is everyone tonight? What movie came out? Tomb Raider. Y'all seeing Tomb Raider instead of watching us?
Well, Pacific Rim came out.
Tomb Raider and Pacific Rim came out this weekend? You are appealing to a certain demographic this weekend.
Yeah, us.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
'cause I
let's
want
be
to go
real
see.
here.
I want to go see them both. So, except I will probably just
She
watch
tagged you, buddy.
them.
Nice!
You did.
Good
I
job.
told you were gonna do it. You had to tell yourself that you were fucking done just to do it.
Yeah, well I'm still done. So.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Well, we've been going for an
Streams.
hour and a half
That's
now.
true. That's true. And y'all all quiet out there. So.
Yeah.
Seems like the place to wrap it up, I think.
Rapparoons.
Go out on a high note. Success. C for success. That's how you spell that, right?
Yep.
So, we've gotten to see quite a bit of this game. I've read that it takes 3 to 5 hours, depending on your skill, to beat this game.
I feel like we're roughly
We're on that mark.
about 40% through it, I would
Yeah,
think.
we're on that mark.
I've
on the shorter
beaten-
side.
4 levels. So 3 of the
I say
Mighties.
in practice with learning the game, Eric could probably do that and usually the 3 here.
Yeah,
This is a game that I've honestly been thinking about speedrunning.
I could see
you
that.
should do that.
So with that being said, I think this is a
Not
very...
on streams.
Oh, maybe.
That's a good idea.
I have to
Get
beat it.
it, get it, well, yeah.
Of course.
She was shut down.
Then we'll send you to GDQ.
There you go.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, you thumbs down, let's get promotion.
I'd have to pay to go there. I'd have to pay for
I said we
everything.
would send you.
Okay,
We would pay. Happy
and I'd also have to
birthday.
not be at work.
Okay, happy birthday.
Yeah, see?
That's okay, man.
Vacation is a thing.
Can we
Okay.
end? I gotta pee.
We're gonna.
Why don't you go
We want to
pee
give
and
her.
we'll come back?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up our thoughts
Fine.
and then we'll end with your thought and we'll go from there.
Fine. Sounds good. Wrap it up.
So,
Seems like a good
obviously,
way to be.
as we mentioned, the general feeling on this game from a lot of reviewers and sites that do this professionally, the general consensus was
It's not
that
very positive.
it was not positive, mixed to negative. I'm on the mixed opinion. I think after seeing more of it, merely because it is obviously Mega Man or a wannabe,
Pretty
if
much.
you will. It's hard to deny that. And I agree with a lot of the critique that the level design isn't great. It's very kind of flat. The power-ups are neat, but I think the game is achievable without them.
It does
Beatable.
seem that way.
The art style is mildly appealing, but I think ultimately it could be a fun game once you learn the patterns. But I don't know if it's one that I would return to other than, like what Eric said, for speedrunning's sake, to just having a goal in mind. I don't think this is a game that would draw me in week after week or draw me back like Mega Man has. Merely because there's nothing memorable here for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, this seems like the kind of game where you would sit down and be like, I remember Mega Man. And then you'd beat it and be like, okay.
No.
I mean, and here's my thing about it. I actually kind of hope this spawns a ton of sequels the way Mega Man did, because I feel like there's a lot of potential in the property. You know what I mean? In
But
the
I mean,
IP.
do you think it does, though, with the Rocky... I guess the issues that it had, right, with its release and the critiques of it.
Well, that's why I don't think we will see more. But if we could, I would like to, because I feel like the groundwork is definitely laid. You know what I mean?
You don't have any thoughts on it?
You guys are hitting all the points.
You played it. Like, how do you feel? You want to speed
I
run?
feel good, man.
Okay.
You know, I'm a little hungry. I'm gonna get some pizza. So you know.
Okay.
I mean,
It's good. I enjoyed it.
The consensus from the couch seems to be pretty positive. I think.
I like the speed that I don't know when I play. There's one of the levels I'm sure you guys didn't notice, but you go down this hole and then you're in like an area where you're supposed to land all the way down and then go through this. Some more enemies jumping over stuff. But the first time I played that level, I did that, and the second time I was like, oh, what if I just started dashing in the air and I just completed this entire area? So I felt like, ooh, I did something different. This is faster. Like now I feel like I want to do this level faster.
I think
it's more of a
should check
challenge.
out Mega Man 2 for that reason. I think those would be some solid games for you to speedrun.
Mega Man 2?
No, as in addition.
Oh.
In addition.
If
Definitely
anything,
Mega Man 2, though.
If anything, it's going to be Mega Man X
Sure.
because of the dash.
I would say certainly though. I saw a lot of spots where you, especially in those cases where you had to redo sections, where you were kind of like, I know what to do here. Dash, dash, attack this guy quickly, and you spent very little time on the ground. You had a lot of kill this guy, jump, dash, slide under this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I saw a lot of that in your playstyle tonight, and I think that's part of why I think this game has enough groundwork that it could be a solid beginning for a franchise if they could polish it up a little bit, bring it more up to, not to hit the nail too hard on the head here, but up to Mega Man standards.
Yep. Do you think that map is different depending on the region, or do you think it's just universally that way?
I'm gonna look that up for sure.
The map of the U.S.
Because that is the
like
map of the
different
US.
regions. Like if it's-
Oh,
I
if it's
wonder if
always
it's-
the U.S.
Yeah, like is the Japanese release Japan?
Japan.
Or...
'cause I feel like that's an easy thing to adjust
Sure.
Yeah.
for code. Anyways, random.
Just put some dots in a couple
Anyway,
of places.
thanks for watching, guys. As always, where did they hit us?
You can follow us on Twitter at nerd_acumen for notifications when we go live, when we're doing polls, when we're doing special events and stuff like that. Check us out on Instagram at @doseofnerdacumen with underscores instead of spaces between the words. We do some nifty behind the scenes stuff there. We throw up pictures of neat collectibles that we have, just a brief glimpse into our day-to-day lives, stuff like that. So, feel free to check us out there.
What do they do on YouTube, Travis?
You sub to us because we have a current goal at the bottom of your screen, 72. Once we hit 100, we can have the custom UL. And hopefully it's Dose of Nerd Acumen, because if it's not, this was all for nothing.
I suggested booty butts.
He did.
YouTube.com/booty butts.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
What was the one I said?
What if someone has booty butts? I'm
Booty
checking
butt.
that for that.
We should search that up.
Booty butts.
Anyway,
Stupid.
we've
No, I'm
lost
going
Travis.
with that.
You can also follow us on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Dose of Nerd Acumen.
Mm-hmm. And then the all-important Facebook group, facebook.com/group/Dose of Nerd Acumen, and our fan page, facebook.com/Dose of Nerd Acumen. I feel like you might be sensing a theme here.
Yes, and this just in. Next week is our community week, and we have a very special episode with one of our community members. Caleb, if you're listening, better not bet. Because then we have to figure something out.
I
But-
feel like we just play it ourselves then, because I like that pick.
Yes. So the pick is Cuphead. I'm very interested in this, mostly because of the difficulty. We seem to be playing a lot of difficult games. And the art style. Amazing.
Yep.
Obviously, we'll touch more on that next week. But that's
Really
things
excited.
to look forward to with the weekly dosage. And then next week, we're going to bring it all back with some...
What are you pointing to me? What are we doing?
Because we're going to stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the weekly dosage again. I'm
We're
like,
gonna bring
we
it all
just
back.
said we're doing
Bring
Cuphead.
it all back. It's a train wreck.
Yeah, why that was horrible. Monday night,
I tried to put some order to this.
No, I know, you did.
I will be back with Uncharted 2. And then Tuesday night, kind of smallish, and I will be back with some more Gears of War 4.
It takes two, baby.
For that double helix that Kevin hates the name of.
And of
then,
course, Classics Lounge every single Wednesday. And
Me.
And now that train wreck is on fire.
You took so long with everything, and you sounded. This is not a radio show.
It could be.
It's not. We're on a videos.
You have a stroke?
Yes.
What are you playing Thursday?
Calm.
I don't know yet.
He's been playing Monster Hunter World, but tune in for a special surprise.
because you never
what
know what
changes
you're going to
mine.
get. Truly.
All right. What's up
That's
with that?
exciting.
Madly, deeply.
Eric's hungry, so
Thanks for tuning in.
I'm not pointing.
Oh, your camera's already gone.
or is it? Ah!